So when this first couple starts having kids, they're going to come out twins. They're going to come out in two bodies, a male and a female body. One man, one created image, one set of thoughts for those two people. Okay, they'll be considered people, separate people, but between them, they know because they got the same mind. They got the same mind. They'll never argue. They'll never hate each other. They'll never divorce because they're one. They're one person. So they'll just be, a total partnership in every way. And they'll only mate, like I said, every so many. I don't know how often. Maybe it's only going to take 6 months or 3 months of pregnancy. You see, it's going to be all different than it is this age. God made labor hard and difficult for women this age. He probably had them for 9 months for a reason. You see, to get them big looking, and it might not even be anything like that this time. Probably only pregnant for a few months, couple months. They'll come out just little. Probably can't even see. We don't know those details yet. I really don't care. I don't even ask him about that. But I do know there's going to be a male and a female body, and they'll be partners for the rest of eternity. And that's what's going to happen, and they're just going to keep having babies. They're the baby makers. And they're going to enjoy life, around this, making babies, and it's going to be a wonderful time. There's going to be a lot of kids running around all the time. And then there's going to be a time when all the created people are born. There is an end to it, God didn't create an endless amount of people. He created it. He created enough people to fill this earth exactly the way He wanted it. Not one person more, one person less. Everything about the earth will sustain all His people. He'll have enough water on it, enough food, everything. Man's not going to build anything. Okay, that's one thing about this earth. That was part of the deception. Man could make things to keep them busy, okay, while God's working with His people. And so they got to build everything. In paradise, we're not going to be building anything. It almost makes me wonder if we're going to be like an animal, crawling on 4 legs, or not have hands at all. We'll be formed in some way where, and our brains we won't have that desire to build. We won't even think about it. We won't have any memories of the last age, so we won't think about it. We will never get an idea aside from God's plan. Never. I mean, we always did in this age. We went by God's plan, but we won't be building. Okay, we're not going to be doing things on our own. Everything's going to be done for us, as far as food, as far as, of course, the water will be there for us. We won't need clothes because of the climate's perfect. It's gonna be, our bodies will be perfect to the climate. We'll never experience cold or hot or anything like that. Never. And the temperature won't fluctuate because of the way the earth is going to be formed and all the cracks. constant heat source coming out. Always the same. Of course, there's going to be an ice globe, ice crystal globe encircling the Earth, left from the water. You know, it's going to freeze. Most of it's going to freeze out there, and then whatever got melted and brought down to the Earth again is what we're going to use for drinking water and stuff. Otherwise, we'd have, like I said, 8,700 feet of water on top of Earth. We don't need that much water. You see? Just like all the ocean water. It's impossible for us to drink all that water, even with 200 billion people on this planet. We couldn't even think about drinking all that water. Besides, all water gets, you know, recycled anyway. It never goes away. But so a good part of the water is going to be out there protecting from the ultraviolet sun rays. You know, the sun was what damaged our skin. It damaged our bodies. It damaged everything. It decayed. It was terrible on the material things on this age, during this age, on this earth. It just played havoc on it. So this protection from the sun will help, keep our bodies perfect. We won't disintegrate anymore. We won't get old. We'll get to a certain age, you know, an adult size, and then maintain that forever. We're not going to get old and wrinkly, you know, from the sun and from the heat and the cold and you know. Plus the way he'll make us, he'll make us for eternity. You know, there won't be any effects on us that will change that. So we'll always be in perfect shape. And then anyway, when everybody gets born, or the last kids get born and fills up this earth, we'll just live. We're just going to live forever, for eternity. Because you got to remember, God created us. God is living in all of us. Every single person He's living through. The full knowledge, the full God is living through us, former prophets and saints and Jesus. And everybody else is created through the Word, so they're all a part of the Word and us. We're all together. We're all God. So we can't go against God. We won't. We just won't, because we don't have genetic sins like we did in this age. We won't have those desires. We won't have the pride to make us atheists or unbelievers. That won't happen. We'll just do what God wants us to do. Whatever plan He had for us for the rest of eternity is what we're going to do. And we're going to enjoy life every single day. We're going to have the most peace that you can ever imagine. And joy. And joy is the best feeling you can ever imagine. Because there's no fear in joy. You see? That's love. That's God's love. That's the knowledge of God. We're going to be speaking the language of truth. The truth is the love of God. We'll stop here.